will likely bring down the humidity a bit. And we'll be watching kind of on the wide scale the upper ridge over the U.S. and another center the upper ridge over the Atlantic for where Fiona will eventually start making a turn. Here is the very latest, as we were showing at the top of the newscast. If you look at the low-level clouds, that is the center of circulation, well removed from all of the thunderstorms. And while the thunderstorms are certainly healthy, and in other words, they are continuing to fire up, they're not developing near the center. That has been a struggle thanks to wind shear and dry air. It does look like there may be a window once it gets into the Caribbean for some slight strengthening of the storm, which is being depicted by the Hurricane Center's forecast. However, if it does move a little closer to the very mountainous Puerto Rico, it may hinder that forecasted strengthening or maybe even help to weaken it. Same for Hispaniola, very mountainous terrain once it does move over the island. Now, if you remember, last couple of runs or last couple of forecasts, the turn was maybe a little bit more into extreme eastern Dominican Republic. Now it's a little bit more toward the center of the island. Still thinking that turn is going to come somewhere over Hispaniola in that break in the upper ridge. And the models have been in fairly decent consensus with that. Yes, there is a little bit more of a spread, but that is all taken into consideration with the forecast from the National Hurricane Center. That's why the track widens out. There's more wiggle room for that forecast as you get further out. And that is being taken into consideration. There may be a little bit more of a guidance a little closer to the East Coast, but still keeping it out of the Gulf of Mexico. So again, the thinking is that it will more likely move in this orange arrow, being a stronger, more organized storm. That's what most of the models are indicating. It will be a more organized system. It will get picked up by the upper trough. The yellow indicates if it was a weaker storm, maybe missing this upper trough and continuing a little closer toward perhaps Florida itself. The likelihood, though, at the moment is for a stronger storm, which is getting picked up off the East Coast and staying well away from us. Keep in mind, the environment around the storm right now is still very hostile, wind shear and dry air. So it looks like, at least in the near future, it's still going to be a very unorganized system with some strengthening likely, or possible, I should say at this point, once it gets over the Caribbean.